how that sound. Just do it for the love.
Do it for
the
love.
People should get paid, of course. Don't just do everything
money,
for the love.
Do
but
it
like,
for the love. What's your motorcycle?
sucker.
You jive turkey.
But yeah.
Sorry, now go ahead. I'm done.
Do it for the love. Like, if you enjoy it.
Alright, I'm good.
Alright, okay, go ahead. Excited. I'm playing.
Get on my motherfucking face.
Please. Push the goddamn button.
Action.
Hola! Welcome to another episode of the Grae Podcast.
Yeah.
I am Shakoya D.
Sir Breezington in the ear.
Your humble friend, Damani.
And this is the Grae Area Podcast. Welcome to the Grae Area. If this is your first time here, welcome. If this is not your first time here, welcome back. And shout out to the good people of the Grae Area. If you would like to watch this podcast live, if you would like to join the good people, and watching this live, talking to us, and our other behind the scenes content, make sure you join our Patreon. For the low price of $3 a month,
Random things.
you can watch this podcast live and early because we do record our podcast at least 1 to 2 months in advance. Also, in the meantime, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend. And yeah, we here. We appreciate y'all for being here with us. I'm still getting used to them both being on the couch with me and me sitting in the middle now, but it's okay. I ain't mad at it. It's comfy. But how y'all doing today?
Marvelous. Marvelous. No, I be.
Or how about you?
Today's an amazing day. I woke up excited today. I don't know what changed, but
Just excited?
I was just happy.
You know, I woke up with my ears clogged.
I realized mine be clogged and I be dehydrated. So during the detox, I was dehydrated
I didn't think about that.
because I wasn't drinking enough water. So I realized when I used to work out or if I had practice and stuff and I ain't drinking enough water,
My ear clogged. That's a really interesting symptom.
I don't know nothing about that.
Who would have thought it?
But I don't think I'm dehydrated. I have been wearing my AirPods a little bit more lately though, so that might be why. Especially traveling and stuff, I was wearing them. So
Yeah.
I think that might be why. And also with the weather changing slightly, I know hasn't been like a significant change. I'm realizing it's almost fall, and that's when my allergies are worse. That's like the worst season for me, for my allergies, so I'm like kind of congested. I'm just trying to get my life together right now.
I love the fall season, the autumn.
I used to hate fall. I used to despise
I
fall.
used to love when you throw a hoodie on, throw a sweatshirt on, a light jacket. You can still go play basketball. You can still throw the boots on. It's just beautiful. The leaves falling off the trees, the colors. It's like, wow. It's wild. I'd be like, oh.
I liked the attire. I still love the attire. It was just the weather. Like, I felt like it was a drier cold than the winter. And I used to play soccer in that, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, I like all the cold months.
I like the winter months.
Fall be nice because I can break out my peacoat. The winter is like I can wear a peacoat, but it might be a little too brisk for that. You know, the wind might hit me at the wrong angle, and now I feel like I'm getting cut up.
I mean,
Brisky boys.
you're right.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
You know, but the nice little peacoat scarf combo.
That's when you gotta put the Vaseline on. So if the wind cut through wrong, it just bounce off the skin.
Nah, it still be feeling like blades. Ah, god dang! Why the wind hit like that?
I like the winter.
Yeah.
But I'm embracing the fall now. Like,
Yeah, if I embrace the summer, you gotta embrace the fall. I used to hate the summertime.
why?
It's just so hot.
I mean,
I used to prefer to wear pants than shorts.
oh.
And like the attire, like all you wear is shorts and a t-shirt or
Yes.
me
so.
now. Just wear shorts. I don't wear shirts no more. But I'll be wearing hoodies in the summer.
I do too.
Y'all be cold. It don't even be making sense.
You be having on hoodie sometimes too.
If I'm inside,
We be going inside.
I don't even be bringing jackets. And for me, the spring is the time where I never really know. Cause it'll be cooler one day and then it'll be really hot the next. It'd be like it's an in between season for me. I don't really know what to do with that.
Yeah. I hated the spring the most because allergies. That's when it was worse for me. So it would be spring. I didn't like it, but by the time the summer got here, all the pollen was burnt away for the most part. So I was good.
Burnt away. That's how that works.
Yeah.
Sit there.
I don't think that's how that works.
That's definitely not how that works.
The pollen was burnt
it's
away,
nice.
so it wasn't effective
Oh
anymore.
Lord.
And then my birthday in the fall. Shout out to all the fall babies out there.
Boo. Nah, I liked winter.
Pardon me, autumn babies.
I liked winter, and then so like spring and fall are the worst for my allergies, but fall is worse than spring. So, yeah, I liked spring a little bit more, but even before I had allergies, I liked spring better than fall. I just didn't like fall. I stand by it, but I'm embracing it now, so it's okay. You know.
But today, we got a good topic for y'all today. It's about giving God mixed signals. Yep, giving God mixed signals.
Now you're closer, so when you mess up on something, I can look at you real quick.
Get it together! A lot of times we say we want one thing, but we don't actually feel it. Like the feeling of what we really want is different than what we say we want. And a lot of times it sounds better to say stuff as opposed to actually knowing that I want this and okay, I know this takes this to get this, but yeah, we just be giving God mixed signals. Like you say, I want this, I want $1 billion, but deep down inside, I don't feel like I deserve $1 billion. It's just like,
or deep down inside, you like, I don't actually want to be rich, like that type of stuff. Do you feel like you've been giving mixed signals to God?
Yeah, probably for about 29 years and counting. I'm still working on it though, but I'm gonna be 29 for some years now. So
You said you're 29 till I'm not. So.
basically, but yeah, I'll be giving mixed signals. But I'm working on it because I'm actually aware of it now. So it's the things that I'll be saying I actually want, but they're all new. So it's like a transition that has to be made, like mentally, mindset wise. And it's like a certain level of permission that I to give to myself. And I have to actively experience these things, see myself in these places, and actually do the work so I can be like once stuff actually start happening, it's not like I don't know what to do with this. It's like, I've been here before.
Right.
Yeah, I think we send mixed signals a lot. I just don't think we realize like when we're doing it. Yeah. Because again, like you said, it'll sound good as you're saying it. You're like, I want $1 million, I want $1 million, I want whatever. But like when you actually don't feel like it, like just when you can say it, but you're saying when you're saying it, you actually feel it. Obviously, you're saying it out of like a feeling of like scarcity, like I don't have enough, so I need a lot because I feel like I don't have enough, and it's like if. In one aspect, you're asking for one thing, and then the other aspect, you're asking for another. So it's like, all right, you want confusion. That's what you really at this point. So you're gonna get, you do want more money. You do want this, but that's what you're gonna get. You don't actually like you was talking about envisioning yourself. And you don't actually see yourself having it, and you don't the feeling that you actually have, which I think is a lot of times more important than the things that you say, because like. The feeling is really the energy. The words are just like a response, like towards your energy. So like you're saying it because you felt it more. A lot of times, usually you don't say things and then and then feel it. It's usually like you feel it because you say it because you feel it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I said that right. I don't know if I'm making sense completely, but I feel like I don't know, but yeah, I just think it should stem from like the feeling and making sure you're aware of what you actually feel versus what you're saying. Because in one aspect you could be like, hey, I want a burger, but you really feel like I just don't want to cook, and those two statements are like
conflicting.
Yeah, those things those are not the same thing. Like you don't actually want a burger, you just don't want to make something, which is
right.
That's how I was feeling about planting. It was like, granted, it would be nice. One, I don't really feel like paying for it because I don't even really want to eat planter. Like in my mind, I didn't envision myself eating out to that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, one, it's easier to go along with what everybody else doing. So if everybody else say they going out to eat, it's like, all right, cool, I'll go out to eat, even if you don't want to. But then I had to sit back and like, do I actually want this food? My answer was no. I do want some spring rolls though, but but yeah, I just had to like actually sit down and figure out what it is that I actually want. Like, how do I feel about this? Like, regardless, I'm gonna eat, but it's like, what do I feel like eating?
Yeah, I mean, even for me particularly, I feel like I was given mixed signals this morning about like. I mean, granted, my ears were clogged. I was supposed to be waking up to record.
But I was waiting.
My ears were clogged, so I was like, maybe I need to sleep for maybe another 30 minutes. And then I remembered I needed to do my morning pages. And I was like, I don't know why I thought I was just about to hop up out the bed and
turn your swag on.
But then I got up here and I was like, oh, I only got 30 minutes left, so I don't got time to actually record the song. So I was about to go back downstairs, and then Damani was like, well, you have 30 minutes, so record the song. And then
Did you record?
I didn't record, I practiced it, because as I was trying to warm up my voice, I realized I'm actually congested. So all you was going to hear was nasal on the song if I recorded it. So I was like, well, I'll use this time to just practice and memorize the words some more, so that when I do come in to record, I'll be ready and I could just like knock it out quickly.
Yeah, I'm gonna record later today.
Yeah, but like even just in I realized that I've been given mixed signals for 28 years. But also I use the excuse of whatever else is going on sometimes to allow myself to give the mixed signals. And then be like, well, you're this close. Like, you're literally this close to, like, completing whatever you wanted to complete or whatever. So, why would you stop now? But that goes back to the mixed signals thing. So, I realized, like, this morning, I was like, I never actually really committed to this thing. Like, I be talking about it, but, like, my actions aren't lining up with the actual, like, idea of a commitment. So, now I'm about to just detail what the commitment looks like right now in this moment. And even if I gotta, like, sign a new contract with myself each month or something like that, then, that's what I need to do. But just really spelling it out so that I don't give myself any confusion, and I don't send no confusion out into the universe on what I want. Like, I'm working, it's like, okay, it's not just like, oh, I need to heal in this area or this area. It's like, I need to do active steps to make sure I'm not counteracting what I've been doing. Because I've been, sorry if I'm rambling, but I've been like, I feel like I've been doing the whole 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and not realizing that I was doing that. So now I just need to keep walking forward.
Yeah. And I was gonna say, if it's true that the universe gives you it, like, doesn't give you what you want, but it gives you who you are, then in those moments where you're like, you're doing one thing, you're saying one thing and you're doing the opposite, like,
or feeling the opposite,
either one, then you're literally confusion. So like the universe is like, oh, you are confusion. Like, and I know people say, like, I am confusion. I used to hear people say it all the time, like,
yeah,
like, no, you literally, that's what you're doing, because it's like, all right, I'm gonna move forward and I'm gonna move back, move forward and move back, move forward, move back, and it's like, this is, and in the moment, this is who you're being. So it's like, this is what you're reflecting. Yeah, because it's like, it's just the giant photocopy machine. It's a giant mirror. So it's like, all right, cool. This is what you feel. I'm going to give you what you feel. So if you feel like the world is crazy, everything is gonna confirm that the world is crazy. Like when you feel like life is amazing, what happens? You go outside. Wow, the trees look great today. They look better than they were supposed to. Like that. Oh, I didn't even notice that there was a blah blah. It's like
the tree waved at me again yesterday.
That's beautiful.
I waved back. I had to.
That's beautiful.
The only branch going like this.
Nature boy breeze.
Word. Nature boy breeze.
But yeah, it just is. It's just a matter of. I'm still actively learning this about the mixed signals or whatever. But just knowing I'm seeing this is because this is what I'm feeling. So like whatever I'm looking at, it's like this is exactly what I'm getting in front of me. And so now that I know that, okay, cool. Let me have a very clear intention about what I'm aiming for. Like, be very clear about what I want, and then again, just feel like I already have it, and then just kind of operate like be whatever you're supposed to be in order to get that or to do that or whatever it is you're trying to do.
Right.
Yesterday, it was a profound conversation. I would say it was two things. One, when your aunt was like talking about just being like you be whatever you. Like, just be whatever you want to be. Let everybody else be whatever they want to be. Like, be the change that you want to see. Like, be whatever you want to be. That was fire. And when you was like, you said you want to be an artist. You wasn't even talking to me, but you was talking to me. You wanted to be a full-time artist. What we doing? And I'm like, you know what? I did take a couple of days off. Granted, I needed them days off because Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I was just going. And Wednesday. But like the painting aspect, I haven't painted in a minute just because I was like, I didn't know where to start. So if in the past, if I don't have an idea on how to approach what's next, or usually I just procrastinate until I figure it out instead of just sitting down and starting and figuring my way through it or fumbling my way through it. And all I gotta do is paint. Like, that's it. Like, I know the colors. The hardest part probably mixing the colors, getting the colors exactly how I want the colors to be. But everything else, like, that's the first step. The first step was setting up the desk and everything so I could actually paint. Getting my supplies that I need so I can actually, that's step one. Yeah. Step two is to sit down and put on some music that I enjoy so I could get the vibes right. Step three, put some water in the paint so it could be, paint a lot smoother. Then step three, start painting.
Step four?
Step four, start painting.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, the irony is it's so easy. Right, it's such an easy thing to do because, like, all right, you say you want to be a painter. Words, it's like once you start painting, congratulations, you are a painter, right? But it doesn't feel like that. It feels like, oh, this is my first day out here. I can't say I'm a painter. It's like you can call yourself a painter the second you start doing. You can call yourself whatever it is you're doing. Like when you're doing it, as long as you're being the thing that you're doing, you have success. You have completed the mission. There is nothing further for you to do. So it's like. And again, like for years, that's what I talked to you guys about this. For years, it was like I used to feel like I wasn't that great a writer. I wasn't like I didn't really consider myself a writer to start. I was like, I was rapping, but I didn't consider myself like a writer. And it's like all it took was for me to be like, well, I'm writing right now. I write a lot. I guess I would have to be considered a writer. But if you don't feel that when you're doing it, then you're just doing things. And it's like, it's so much, which is such a simple thing, but just making sure that when you're doing it, just be the thing that you want it to be. It's like, it's really...
Accepting it. It makes it a lot easier, at least for writing for me. It made it a lot easier to write when I accepted that, okay, I'm writing. Like, I'm actually a writer. And I'm actually a good writer at that.
Yeah, I think it kind of also goes back to like what we were talking about on book club when we were reading The Alchemist, and we were saying like we were reading the second part of it, and wow, if you guys hear noises, it's my stomach, but you guys probably can't even hear it. But
I don't hear that.
but we were talking. I don't even remember what section it was about, but it was. I think it was about the Englishman when he was reading the books and how Santiago was listening and learning the ways of the desert by watching the caravan and stuff like that. And we were talking about how we just expect things to be so much more complicated or to have so many more steps than they actually do a lot of times. Like Santiago was reading the books and he's like, why'd they make it so complicated?
Yeah.
Like, why is this so complex for no reason? I learned this 3 months ago when I was in a crystal shop. Why am I? Why did they explain it like this? And I feel like that's what we do a lot of times with just life in general and our dreams and stuff like that. So we get tripped up because we're like, sometimes it's like, oh, we want it to look a certain way, so we overcomplicate it and we add extra steps, or we overthink it, and then we hesitate, or then we start getting discouraged, and then our stomach starts growling and we don't know what to do.
I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
But it's just like a thing where it's 9 times out of 10, most times it's not that complex to just start and to just like move forward. Or
I'm with you, don't worry. I'm with you. As soon as you started growling that second time, the big one, my stomach was like, hey yo, I'm hungry.
Mine is doing it. It's just it's a low level. The volume is on. It's
I
on
don't know what's going on.
You don't got a hoodie on.
Oh.
You got less fabric.
I guess that's what
fabric
it is.
is like,
I'm like,
hold on.
feel exposed right now. My stomach going crazy.
And I did abs today, so my stomach was a little tighter, so we can keep the blue.
Oh yeah, mine is like, you ain't worked out in a week. Bloop, 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 bloop. But no, we like overcomplicate things, and I think that's also where the mixed signals come from, because like then, alright, I'm nervous, or I don't know if I can do this because I just added a bunch of steps in my head that didn't need to be there. Or you start being like, well, if it doesn't look like this, I don't want to do it at all. And it's like, well, all you had to do was start. You could have started this 3 weeks ago.
3 months ago.
Yeah.
And I talked to you guys before about this in regards to mixing, but I think it applies for everything. When it comes to certain things like that you're doing.
Whoa.
Right.
We got that one.
That was crazy. She said, hold it. She said, I'm gonna be heard. That's what her stomach says. It's alright. Yeah, drink some water.
It's over here.
Fill up the empty spaces. You're not hungry, thirsty.
You're dehydrated. Your ears clogged. Can you hear me?
Then not my stomach. Woo! But yeah, I think so.
Hungry couch.
Oh man, that's crazy. I think there's a space for people who enjoy the like every little detail, and I think that's important. For like some people enjoy every finite detail and can make everything into a science, right? And I think that there's a space for that, and I think that's helpful. But it doesn't have to be that. And like without the example I was using for you guys when I was saying for mixing, if it starts feeling like science for you, stop. Right? If it starts feeling like you trying to solve the equation for life, just stop. Like it doesn't have to be that way, right? And I think for other things, whether you're a baker or a painter, right? It like if you love the nuances, you can find all of the stuff. Like if you cooking, you can be like, oh yeah, I need to do this specifically so that it breaks down these acids, and these acids are gonna meld into this. Or you can be the cook that's like, I'm just going on vibes. I felt like I like the way these colors look together, and I'm just gonna make it that way. And you can still get but you can still get the.
Well, I'd be like how Ratatouille was like. Okay, I need cheese.
Yeah, exactly.
And I just put the cheese in. Vibes.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to. There isn't. I don't think there's a specific one way that's better than the other. It's just a matter of what you like. How you get there is how you get there. Like there's a million ways for you to get to the end result. And sometimes we get hung up on. There's some people who love the details so much that they lose sight of the big picture, whatever it is you're doing. And then there's some people who can't ever get that, who never get into the details of it. And they're just like, to the surface level, but I don't necessarily think there's anything wrong with that. Like I saw a clip of somebody saying like it was all right, 5 + 5 = 10, right? 6 + 4 = 10. 7 + 3 = 10. There's a million ways you can get to 10, right? There isn't any right way to get to 10. So it's like it's just a matter of the way you want to go about doing it. And it's like as long as you enjoy the thing that you're doing when you're being it, I think that's the bottom line.
Yeah, and I think one important thing to do is, at least for me, is to accept that everything has a process. So it's like once I say I am this, and that next day, I shouldn't expect to be as good or better than somebody who's been doing this since before I was even alive. Like, so like you spending mad time doing research, looking at other people that's in the same industry, seeing what they doing, seeing how they do this. And now it's a thing of, okay, this is what I want to do. It should look like this. Like, it should be this good, this quality. But it's like, nah, you have to practice. It's a thing of actually getting the reps in, putting the work in. And then improving upon each day, just try to get a little bit better. Each project, try to get a little bit better. Each song, try to get a little bit better. Get the thought out there, and at the end of the day, your vision is still your vision. So your vision looks completely different than anybody else's vision, because this is your vision. And it's just a journey that everybody has to go on, and it's certain stops in each journey for each person that you must stop here in order to get to the end. Like,
and even to just add on to that, I feel like a lot of times it'll be a thing where it's not just a thing where we just decide that we are this thing, right? We'll be like, well, I've been this thing. I'm just now accepting it though. Yeah. And then you're expecting, because you suddenly accepted this thing, that you're supposed to be light years ahead of where you are. But it's like, nah, you still just decided to be here in this moment. Like, you're still new here. You still have to go through whatever process or whatever journey it is for you to get better. And granted, like, you may start off like ahead of, certain people or whatever, but it's still a journey that you have to start. Like, your journey is still new at that point, because you have been not accepting of the fact that you are this thing, or you were this thing, or whatever. Yeah. So I think that's another thing, because then that causes sometimes extra frustration, because you want to jump into it as an expert, but it's like, at the end of the day, you are still a beginner, because you just accepted and decided to accept that you are whatever you decide you're being in that moment.
And your endpoint is going to look different than somebody else's endpoint. So me just accepting whatever it is that I want to do, I can be just as good as somebody who's been doing this forever. But just because I'm just as good, I'm still a beginner, because I'm supposed to be light years ahead of, like, I'm supposed to be on a completely different level than I'm on. But the fact that I've just now started and I'm already just as good, I still have a long ways to go to get to where I'm actually supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think this is why it's super important to not compare, because like you can use people for inspiration, just to give you like inspire the energy and be like, oh snap, okay, cool, I like what you did there. How can I do better for myself? And I think that's where it should stop. Anything outside of that is like, because anything outside of that is you trying to gauge where you are in respect to everybody else. So it's like, all right, if you establish that I am a painter, cool, I am a painter, so let me paint, and let me just continue to get better. Let me just continue to work on this. And it's like, if you just focus on you, there's never going to be a time where you're thinking, hey, I should be further along, or hey, I'm not as good as I should be, because like, most of the time it's that I'm not as good as I should be. It wouldn't even be that. It would be like, I just want to be better. Mm-hmm. And it's, as opposed to like, I'm not where I want to be because I saw something somebody else do something else that was like super impressive. And it's like everybody's journey is totally different. You could have started it 3 years ago, and I could have started today. And again, in terms of like skill set, like, or in terms of talent, like one of us can have more raw talent, but that doesn't really matter because the journey is totally different.
Yeah, it's a thing of reps. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say there's something that I used to say that I realized the other day was just like, why did I used to say that? So it connects. Trust me.
You used to say, why did I used to say that?
No, I used to say it about the thing, but I used to, when people used to ask me like, do I play any instruments or can I read music, I would always be like, I should be able to play the piano or I should be able to play the guitar, but I stopped practicing. And it's like, why did you say that? Because like it was like a thing of as a musician it would look better, or like I have dabbled in these things, or like if I would have put forth the effort into it, I would be so much farther. I realized I was talking from the mindset of, oh, I should know how to do this thing because I experienced it already, but I hadn't embraced the fact that like I need to put in this work to be here. Like I hadn't completely accepted that fact, but also it's like at the end of the day, the answer is no. You don't play these instruments. Like you have them, they're in your house. You can, you can play a little bit here and there, but like just accepting the fact that you are still a novice in actually playing the instruments.
Right. I got something to that. Cause this is what I do. Like people ask me about if I'm a musician, if I play instruments. I just say no. Granted, I can play a little bit. Like I can play the drums well. I can play the keys a little bit. But since I'm not doing it, it's like, oh no, I just rap. That's it. Like so, it's like you on one end, just putting it out there that I should have been more consistent at these things. I can't do it. Me on the other hand, I have a little knowledge, but I don't do it because it's basically the same thing, but from two different lenses.
But from my perspective, I feel like it was like a thing of like. Me trying to be like, oh no, but I do still do the musician things though. Like I do still do that. Mm-hmm. I've dabbled, here and there, but I think it was more so of a thing of people expect your journey to look a certain way depending on what you are pursuing or what your goals are. And I think in the back of my mind it was like, because I felt like I shouldn't still be a novice, but I didn't take the time to actually learn the things so that I wouldn't be a novice. I was trying to like be like, oh, but I'm still actually on the music journey. I don't even know if what I'm saying is making sense.
I was gonna say my thing was slightly different. I didn't want to make it seem like I didn't know what I was doing. So. Like, granted, if I'm able to do this, even just a little bit, the answer is yes. Like, do you know how to? It's like, do you know how to? You know how to play basketball? If I could dribble the ball, shoot the ball, play defense, yes, I can play basketball.
And I think it should be like that though, because like the answer is yes, because yes, you do know how to play. Whether or not you're the greatest doesn't.
Right.
That's a totally different thing. Nobody came to you asking you if you was the greatest basketball player ever. They asked if you could play ball.
But it's like I feel like it's a thing of wanting to be the best. I think yesterday somebody had said something about perfectionism. Was it you? I think I was talking to Shakoya. She said something about wanting to be like the perfectionist coming out.
I think that was me.
That was you?
Yeah, I was talking about perfectionism, just like, oh, I wanted to be a certain level. Mm-hmm. Also my writing.
Yeah, I know. I was at the same.
Yeah.
That's all I can see. But I feel like it's just the perfectionist in us that's coming out. Like I don't want to look like I don't know, or I don't want you to think that I'm less of this because I'm not as good at this one aspect.
Yeah.
of it. So
Yeah.
I feel like it's just a thing of wanting to be accepted by our peers.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I've had conversations where it's like people will tell me, oh, you should learn how to play an instrument, or you should learn how to like fluently read music, or whatever, and because that's what you need to make it, and then I have to, I don't know, it makes you feel some type of way at first, but then also I had to go back and realize like you're not even in this industry. So like it's plenty of amazing songwriters and singers and even musicians that don't necessarily like know how to like read music. Like it's not a mandatory thing.
Nick Cannon and drumline.
Yeah. that's what I was talking about. So for the people who love you got to know what notes, what chord progression, blah. There's people who love that, and you can get caught up in that. Or there's people who, I don't know how to play nothing. I play everything by ear, and it's like,
right.
hey, you get to that, you still get to number 10. At the end of the day, you can still get there, And I think, so going back to somebody's point, I forget which one of you guys was talking about it, but I was thinking about how when somebody says they like something that we do, and then we'll be like, it's not where I wanted to be, blah blah, right? It's like if you had a baby and somebody was like, I love your baby, it's beautiful, and you'd be like, it's not that great, just let me just
But that's what they used to do in slave time. So like it was like,
yeah.
oh yeah, he's strong. I mean, he not all that. Like he can't even So
yeah.
the same thing, because they used to straight like they'll take the kids and
I know, but it was I was like, hold on,
same thing. Like this is my baby.
But that's it's real, yeah. It's them from that's from a real place, and a lot of us do it from that real place. And it's like, but understanding that that's literally what we're doing. It's like, this is your child, and like, I love your child, and it's like, it's not even. Look at it, his head's too big. It's blah. It's like, why are you doing this? But like, this is your baby. Like, let somebody enjoy what you. Even if you don't think it's the greatest thing, like they enjoy it. So like, why are you trying to rob them of the moment of enjoying whatever it is you make?
And I feel like it's another thing. At least for me, sometimes it'd be a thing of, okay, this thing is so great. Oh, you believe this thing is so great. The video I did, I literally just did this. I was like, this is gonna be my practice when I don't really like it that much, but I'm gonna paint it and we're gonna see. But it'd be a thing of, okay, you like this thing so much, and now it may be an opportunity. So the opportunity that you present me with, what if it's like a thing of, what if I'm not able to execute on what you want?
Yeah, it's like managing expectations.
I might not be as good as they think I am, or they want me to be, or as I want to be, or as good as I think I am, or know I am. And it's like, what if by chance I'm not able to execute?
But the expectation isn't like, that's not your fault, and two, like they have an expectation. They may have an expectation of you, but it's like they already like the work. They called you here because they said, hey, I love what you do. I just want you to do what you do on a bigger scale. Here. So it's like, oh snap, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I'm work. No, I like what you do. I like your child. I want your child here. And that's it.
Who said something about don't disrespect? That was you? Don't disrespect the person who like.
Oh, I was watching Jesus and Jalal, and it was like they were saying, don't disrespect somebody who believes in you by telling them you're not as good as they said that you are, or something like that. I gotta look at my notes.
Mm-hmm.
But
something along the lines.
I'll put it on the screen, because basically it's like if they said that they believe in you and they want to like either like put you on in some way, or like hire you for something, or like bring you on tour with them, or have you paint an entire mural or write in their book or whatever it is, and then you're like, you sure you want me? I'm not, this person over here, they could probably do it. And you talking about how, like, not great you are, downplaying your talents that they believe in. It's a huge insult to them, and, like, kind of disrespectful for you to turn them down and be like, nah, I don't think I'm worthy of this. And it's like, nah, I already told you that you worthy. I asked you specifically to do this thing.
Yeah.
So now I'm insulted because you told me no because you feeling bad about yourself.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting thing. I never thought about it like that, especially when we are, like you were saying, essentially trying to manage their expectation. And it's like, but I already know that I'm great. So I'm not only insulting you by downplaying, I'm insulting myself.
But it's like, even if you don't know, right? To me, and I'm speaking from today I'm just clear about it. For years I was not clear about this, but just being like, even if you don't know if you're that good enough, right? If like, I'd rather let them tell me, like, because I already have my opinion about it, right?
That's not it. I was looking for
something, because it's like, as opposed to me being like, nah, they're not gonna like it, and it's like me telling myself that they're not gonna like it. I haven't heard them say anything. Like, they didn't tell me that they didn't like it yet. So it's like, all right, let me at least let them tell me no. Like, if they don't like it, cool. Like, let them tell me. Don't let me. And we talked about this before. Don't. I'm not gonna say no before they get a chance to say no. And then the other thing I was gonna say was, especially when it comes to like this. All right, let's say the opportunity comes and it's something that you've never done before. Right? It's like, okay, cool. As opposed to being like, I'm not worthy, it's like, well, I've never done it, but hey, I'll try it. Let's see if you like it. As opposed to like, I don't think I'm capable of doing it. It's like, nah, I haven't tried it before. I may do it and you may like it out the gate. And if you like it, I love it. We can keep moving. But if you don't,
like it's like, I'm talented enough to make the adjustments that you're looking for the most part.
Or if you don't like it, it was my first time. There is no stakes here. Like, it's just
it's cool. It's cool. Yeah, no hard feelings. I was doing me on a new stage.
Yeah. Right. I mean,
but I got one other thing. This is random. Then you can go.
Okay.
I haven't seen y'all today.
You could have let me go first.
Hope y'all doing well, swell, all that good stuff. I ain't see y'all today. I was just thinking, like, wow, like, got up. Yeah, I got up, I worked out and everything, then I was outside. Then I said what's up to y'all while y'all was, like, when I came back inside, I went straight up to the art studio. And I was like, hey, it's my first time seeing the good people.
Word.
What up, y'all? Alright, go ahead.
I was just, oh man, you almost made me forget my thought.
My bad.
We were talking about just trying it. I was just gonna say, that's a lot of times how we just approach just things in our life in general. So like, going back to the original topic of giving mixed signals, like, that is a huge mixed signal to God if you're given an opportunity and you're trying to, I guess, kind of talk yourself out of the opportunity or talk the person out of picking you for the opportunity. And I feel like we do that a lot in maybe even just like smaller ways, big decisions, small decisions. I know I used to do that with everything, like, just literally.
Yeah, me too. Even if somebody like want to give me something, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, and it's like, now my thing is, I be like, I ain't about to block my blessings. So if you want to go, give me. If you want to pay for this, then okay. But I mean, I came prepared to pay for this. But if you want to pay for it, I'm not gonna stop.
No, I'm good. I wouldn't have came if I.
Right.
And you know the irony of it all, right? Especially when it comes to like, and slightly going back just to the expectation part, right? If you get an opportunity, somebody's like, hey, I want to give you this opportunity, right? Most of the time we're looking for outside validation anyway.
Right.
They tell us that it's great, and then the first thing we do, it's not
even that.
You know, it's not. It's like, no, this is literally what you asked for. You got what you asked for, and now you saying no.
And the other thing, like, for us specifically, it's like, we give so much.
Yeah.
Why? How? In what way does it make sense for us not to, like, for people not to give back to us? Like you were saying, life is a mirror. Like, if I'm giving, at some point, it's going to return back to me. Like, everything that I've gave or given, people are going to just return the favor.
Even if it's just a smile.
Yeah, like, it's just like, And then it's like we put a wall up. Maybe me. I put a wall up. It's like, here you go, here you go, here you go. Then I put a wall up. And like, yeah, I don't want that. I get it on my own. I get it out the mud.
Yeah.
Like, nah, I'm done struggling.
Yeah.
I don't want no mud. Y'all can keep that mud over there. Is it in the water? Has it already been washed off? Because I take it.
Or y'all can have the piss in the hallway.
I take the Picasso.
I'll take the Devontae, my son.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, that's fire. But yeah, I think I think we all be putting up walls. I'm trying to do it a lot less, but I still do it from time to time. It's really like something that you have to unlearn. Even like just downplaying your talents, that's something that you have to unlearn. And even just like, I mean, the mixed signals in general, you got to be able to learn how to recognize them and then, you know, figure out how to backtrack from there. But it's also just a thing of just I don't know, just taking a chance on yourself and like actually deciding and committing and whatever that looks like to you to whatever you want. Even if it's like, I just want a sandwich today, then commit to getting the sandwich.
Let's sandwich.
Decide.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, decide if you're gonna make it or if you're gonna buy it. But either way, commit and get your sandwich. Like,
when you had said that, I got two things. When you said that, I started thinking about the Lilo and Stitch game that you used to play.
That used to be my game.
You play it all the time, especially at school.
Oh man!
Put me in front of a computer, I'm stacking the sandwich. And another thing to when you were saying, I don't remember what you said, but I was gonna say, y'all might remember, something you said, Devani. It's like we be downplaying our talents and not accepting the opportunities. We put a wall up and we be acting like, I don't know what you said, but I was gonna say people are it's people rooting for us. So it's wild to like downplay our talents, our gifts. And you just said that. Like, it's wild to downplay our talents and gifts. And people want to see us win. They want to see what we doing, what's coming next. Like, no matter how much of a novice we are, it's like, oh, but I see the outside validation. We looking for outside validation so much, and we get it, and then we like try to like, nah, like it's okay, nah, I'm good, I'm not that good. But it's like, it's wild to not want to accept the outside validation that we've been looking for when there's people rooting for us. So like they want to see what's going on. Then even they might ask certain questions. Like when we was talking about the musician thing. Oh, I should know how to play. Oh, word, I could teach you. It could be like they asking because they want to work with you in some way, or they see something in you. They see the potential, and we just want to like just shy away from whatever it is. And y'all can go.
Yeah, I was like, it would be like somebody was like, I like you, and it's like, word, I'm gonna give you 5 reasons why you shouldn't. Why would you do that?
You know, like, I'm not gonna lie.
Like, what is the reason?
When people, and I got something else to say.
That's all I heard in my head.
What is the reason?
Like, what?
I got 2 things. So the first thing is, I used to actually like when people would like me, like just like they just like me as a person. I used to be like, why? And
I be asking people that too. Like I'll be like I just be curious. Like,
but it was always a thing of because I used to always be like, oh yeah, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Like, so then I'm like, well, what you like me for? But it's like, people like me. I'm actually likable.
Earlier I had wrote, if you liked me before, you're gonna love me now.
Right. I like that.
I like that.
My second thing was, a lot of times I feel like we reject whatever outside validation, or we ignore the fact that people are rooting for us because the one person or one group of people that we actually wanted it from, whether it be like friends, family, like significant other, if they reject us or like say they don't like what we're doing, or they talk down about whatever we're doing, it could just be one time, or they make some type of side comment, then it's like nobody's rooting for me.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's on my side. Y'all never believed in me anyways. When it's like, it was 200 people over here that was rooting for you, but the one person over here that made you feel some type of way just made you put up a wall so you couldn't even see the 200 plus people who were rooting for you on the other side. And I feel like in art, it's a slippery slope, just because like in art, some like a lot of great art comes from, you know, pain. So like you can use it and it could help, and you might still have more people coming up and rooting for you, but you're so blinded by whatever hurt. That's why you got to make sure you do the healing as well.
Yeah, and you're doing it for yourself, not to prove it.
Right.
Like, not to prove that you're good enough, or like we gotta validate ourselves. So, and then I feel like a lot of times self-validation comes off as being cocky, conceited, arrogant, whatever, but it's like, nah, I see what you see. You know this is amazing, I know this is amazing, but we're like shunned or looked down upon when we acknowledge how great whatever we just did is.
Yeah, and it's just so funny because like the more I think about, again, one, it's about your attention, what you're paying attention to, right? It's like if you're, and again, the universe being a mirror, you're like, 200 people just supported you, and then but you're looking for the person to like that's not gonna support you. And it's like, see, people not supporting me. I found them. I was looking for them. I found them, and it's like now that validates everything that you were looking for before. And it's like, nah, it's just, but this is the lens you're choosing to look at things through.
Right.
And then the other thing I was gonna say was people be liking your work, and I realize that this now, like people like the stuff that you do. And it doesn't really matter why. Like, the reason why you made it, right, is because you enjoyed it. But, like, it doesn't... They can like it because, like, they'll be like, oh, I love the way you said hi on this song. And you be like, okay.
Sometimes.
You be like...
Sometimes that be it.
A 5-minute song, I only bought it because you said
and I just like, it was like, that reminded me of back when I was a child, and I used to be that was my thing. And it's like, people enjoyed it because of that. But regardless, it doesn't matter why they enjoyed it, because it's like, you enjoyed it, cool, that's fire. And it's like, I made it for me, and it's like, it doesn't even, even if I don't think it's great, right? Even if I don't think it's great. Even if I don't think it's great. And, like, if you like it, me, like, I shouldn't be like, why? Because it's like, why not? Okay, cool.
I like that joke.
I'm just saying. What? Oh, word? That's why you like it?
But you're right. It, like, really doesn't matter. But it also, like, I feel like, for me, I more recently started, like...
Zooming past.
For me, I recently started realizing that a lot of the stuff that I wanted to do in the past that I haven't done, it was because I was doing it, or I was doing things for other people. And now that I'm doing stuff for myself, like the sole reason is because I want to do it, I'm getting a lot more done, but also I can see more.
Yeah. And
like,
I feel like it's also, sorry to cut you off, sorry to cut your wisdom, queen, but it's not as taxing on on your body, on your mind, anything. Go ahead.
It's not as taxing, and then it also enables me to take the wall down. Like, so I can actually see the people who are rooting for me, because I'm not focused on, I'm doing this for you. Like, it's like, nah, I'm doing this for me. So now I can look at all sides of things, and like, I'm rooting for myself. So now I can see other people rooting for me.
Yeah, and just do it for love, like really. And I know how that sounds. Just do it for the love.
Do it for the love.
People should get paid, of course. Don't just do everything for the love.
Do
but
it
like,
for the love. What's your move,
Sucker,
you jive turkey.
But yeah.
Sorry, now go ahead. I'm done.
Do it for the love. Like, if you enjoy it.
Alright, I'm good.
Alright, okay, go ahead. It's like, I'm playing, right?
But not if you love whatever it is you're doing, then at the end of the day, it don't really matter if somebody like it. if I love these pair of shoes, I don't care if you think these are the worst pairs of shoes. I love these shoes. They comfy. They look stylish to me. Don't care what you because you don't have to wear them.
Right.
Like, I'm wearing it. Like this is my stuff. Like this, I made it because I felt like making it. And I think it's like a bonus if somebody else likes the stuff. Okay, cool, you like it. When I start going into why, it takes me away from like the real reason I started. Like I could have made the song because somebody pissed me off, and you enjoy it for a totally different reason.
Right.
Like it has nothing to do with the fact that somebody pissed me off. You like this, and it's like, oh, they enjoy it like this, so maybe I should make it for them. It's like, nah, it was never really for them. It was always for you. They just happened to like something that was in there, and it's like that's beautiful. Shout out to them. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to make the things that I enjoy and I love to do. And if you like it, that's fire. But I think we spent a lot of time not trying to discredit people's opinion of the thing that we made. It's like you liked it, whether or not you liked it or not, somebody enjoyed it. So I'm glad you found some enjoyment from it. Even if you hated it, but I hated it, but I'm glad you love it, and you can just kind of move on from it.
Then you don't even gotta tell the people that you hate it. That's
don't.
the thing. I'm accepting all compliments. I'm in a space of receiving now. I'm not dimming my light. If you like it, I love it. It took me hours to do this,
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. That's all you gotta say.
Thank you.
I worked hard on this one.
I appreciate it.
Even if you
the next stuff is gonna be even better. That's it.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you goes a long way. I greatly appreciate it. And I'll always be
him bow.
Namaste.
Bow. It's just but it's a process. I think that has taken a long time. I'll say specifically for me to get to that space, because before I was doing the stuff where I'm trying for whatever reason I'm trying my hardest to negate this compliment. Like you can give me the compliment. Nah, please. I'm just a humble. I just do this part time. It's not that serious. It's not that deep. Nah, it was. Thank you. You don't even know how this could have took me 5 minutes. You don't need to know it took me 5 minutes. Thank you.
But it's a lot of confidence that comes in, like that's needed to accept whatever it is.
He was giving thumbs up, so I just started doing it too.
But it's a lot of confidence that's required to even be able to accept compliments on your work. And especially to put out work that you don't really like, or like just like to show what it is that you're doing. Okay, this is what I've been working on. It's a certain level of confidence and I want to say esteem that's needed in order to actually, because art is a vulnerable space. So like, regardless if I like it or dislike it, I put time, effort into this, money that I might not even have. I'm putting together everything. I'm using everything I have to get this one thing together. And it's not even a guarantee that I will be compensated on this. I just did it because, like you were saying, for the love. I enjoy doing this. So this is, here y'all go.
Yeah.
They say your gifts will make room for you.
They do.
But you also got to decide that you want the gifts.
You don't decide that you want the gifts. You're talking about the gifts that the gifts make room for.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, take them gifts.
Your gifts make room for you. Just walk into the room.
You got to decide. That's what I was saying. You got to decide you want to walk into that room, but you also got to decide that you want to walk in that gift too. Like,
that is true.
Because you could be an amazing artist. You could be an amazing accountant. And if you decide you want to work at McDonald's instead, not in an accountant position, but for the burgers, then that's your choice.
Yeah.
But you gotta make a decision.
Yeah, and try your. It's a hard. Again, it's a simple thing. It's not easy, right?
Yeah.
Everything in life is a lot simpler than you make it seem.
Yeah. So just because it's simple doesn't mean it's necessarily easy, but it's trying my best. And I think the thing that I've been doing is trying my best when I say something and I feel like I have a conflicting feeling, right? To trust what my feeling is telling me is actually like the real thing, as opposed to that the words, because like if I have a thought and like but I have a stronger fit, like typically your feeling is what was actually true for you, not what you said.
Right.
So it's like, all right, cool. If I said I feel I want to have these successes, but I don't feel that deep down right now, that's not what I feel. So that's probably what I said probably isn't true.
Yeah.
So yeah, just understanding that your feeling typically is more true. With a grain of salt, your feeling is typically more true than the statement. A lot of times when you have a disconnect.
Yeah, and that I got two things. One, with that, for me personally, I'm actively working on actually like visualizing what I actually want. So actually getting into detail about what I want. So I'm gonna redo my vision board and actually go more into depth on what it is that I want, and also in real life, like I might go look at different things, or maybe take a little trip to maybe like a pond or something. If I'm like, I want to be around what I want to be in nature more. Let me just for one day, for like a couple hours, I might sit by a pond or go on a walk or something like that. If I want to experience these things, actually see myself there, picture myself there, meditate on it, look at certain things. If I want to live at a certain place, look at reviews, go over there, see what it's looking like, stuff like that. I don't remember my second point, but
I was just gonna say, for me, it's right now more of a thing where like when I write out my vision and when I do my vision board, I feel those are the times where I'm feeling like the most vulnerable and I'm feeling those things, right? But my thing is allowing myself to feel, I guess, those feelings throughout everyday life, not just when I'm writing my vision or looking at my vision board. And I think figuring out like that, just letting myself feel the direction that I'm going in, and not blocking that emotion or that excitement or the feeling of the vision just daily.
Yeah, and I learned this from a Joe Dispenza book, but just the idea of going through, like you have your if you have your vision board, the goal is to feel the feelings as if you already have it. And people talk about that all the time, right? But like, what does that mean? Like, what are you actually gonna, like, you get the house that you've always wanted. What is the feeling that you're gonna have? And it's like, and then just, if you can lock on to that and hold on to that for long periods of time, then it's like, then it comes to you. But like the long periods of time part is, and it's just practice. Anything that's difficult for you most of the time is just because you haven't practiced it.
Yeah,
So.
it's the thing about reps. I seen a video. They was talking about how everybody be focused on time. If I do this for a certain amount of time, I should have this result. But it's really a thing of how many times have I actually done it. So if I do this 1 million times over the course of the next 6 months, I'm gonna be a lot better than I would if I do this once a month for the next 10 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the rate as opposed to the
time.
Yeah, the time. And I learned that from Atomic Habits when he was talking about that. Like, I used to stress so much on how long it was gonna take me to get the hang of something, and it's not even, that doesn't matter. It's about how many times, and it makes sense because when I was playing basketball a lot, like I would notice, like, if I could do 100 shots a day, or I can do 2,000 in a day, and I would literally feel the. If I did the 2,000, the next day it was like, this is so much easier as opposed to me doing.
You did 2,000 shots before?
Probably.
He wasn't in nobody D-League?
Yeah. I think I might have been. I think it might have been like it might have been 1,000. I might have been 1,000. I think I might have just did it because I heard Magic Johnson did it one time, and I was like, well, Magic Johnson was doing it, and that was when I was told myself I was going to the league. I was going to the league until I decided I didn't want to send him mixed signals. Like, maybe I don't want to. Music is kind of fun. And then I stopped growing. I was supposed to be 6'3". God said, you don't need this. You don't know what you want. And I was like, wow.
Cut his legs.
I was like, wow, I was supposed to be taller. So it was like, but do you really want to go? Maybe I don't want to. And I was like,
my thing was, I always wanted to play in a celebrity game. I didn't want to go to the NBA. I just wanted to play in a celebrity game until I started playing basketball, and everybody like, yeah, I'm going to the league. I'm like, I'm going to the league. But yeah, I just want to play in a celebrity game, so I'm playing a celebrity game.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that too.
Me
Then I'm gonna
personally,
retire.
I never played basketball. I only played out in these streets.
Oh,
Whoa, no, you wasn't.
Oh no, not like I meant like playing
No, she
basketball.
was not in the streets.
Like, you know, when he would play a game
outside.
outside, I would play. Let's move on. You guys got any final thoughts? Any final thoughts on giving mixed signals to God? Giving mixed signals to yourself. Giving mixed signals, or I don't know, anything that we talked about today.
Or not giving mixed signals. It's a process to realize that you've been given mixed signals. Be patient with yourself. Give yourself some grace, and enjoy the journey. Understand what it is that you want, and it's okay to change what you want. But you have to be aware of what's going on and what type of vibes you're giving out.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got.
Yeah, I would just similar thing. Just try your best not to send mixed signals if you can, or just try to be aware of when you are so that you can correct it. Because I think that's the most important thing. Is even if you feel like you're about to send a mixed signal, it's like, hold on, let's change this. This is what I actually want, and then move from there so that you can actually get what you want. And yeah, and just put the reps in. It's not about the time, it's about just how much you're doing it. So just do a little bit more and you'll eventually get it.
And piggybacking off of them, like Damani said, cross-reference what you're saying with how you're feeling when you say the things. But also just believe in yourself and allow yourself to try things. Like Bree said, be patient with yourself, give yourself grace. It's really about learning self-awareness, but also not only being aware, but self-awareness, emotional awareness, and also, unlearning, course correcting, stuff like that. Just go after what you want and be clear on what you want. But give yourself the grace to figure out what you want. And it's okay to change your mind. Mm-hmm. But we thank you guys for joining us for another episode of the Grae Area Podcast.
Grae Area.
It's low.
We will definitely see you guys next week. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Please.
Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And also, like we said earlier, if you want to join the good people of the Grae Area, make sure you join our Patreon for the low price of $3 a month. We appreciate everybody who has already joined our Patreon, and we are excited to grow with everyone. So shout out to all of y'all who are tuning in live and later, and we appreciate y'all so much.
You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with the good people.
Yeah.
And you are loved and appreciated.
You are loved and appreciated. And we'll see you guys next week.
Adios!
Stay blessed, stay black, people.
Love and happiness. You say what?
And know yourself, know your worth. Jukebox, hit me with another jam. Get on my face. Get on my motherfucking face. Please. Push the goddamn button.